what's up? I'm back with another video. It's Camera, also known as Camera Music. I had to come back and do this MEPS video for y'all before it got too late. So, as you guys know, I went to MEPS on Wednesday, like 3 or 4 days ago. I went to my recruiter's office and I was waiting on the shuttle. On the shuttle was me, 2 people from the Navy, and then I think 1 Marine or something like that. Okay, so we went up to OKC. The people, everyone but me, they went to take their ASVAB. So I got dropped off first because I had already taken mine and I went to the hotel. After we checked in, you know, there were other people there checking in too. There's like a whole MEPS check-in area. There's not even like, there's a whole MEPS check-in area, and it was in the Sheraton. So it was a real nice hotel. They give us our room key and 2 vouchers, 2 tickets, 1 for dinner, 1 for breakfast. Then they tell you, be downstairs at 5:30 for, I guess, our first little briefing thing. So between then, I got there like 3. So pretty much I had a lot of time to kill. And I met my roommate. She was joining Marines. So we just walked over to Walmart. We was cool and we was chilling. 5:30 we meet up to sign these little contract things. Basically saying that we were told the times that we had to meet up. And they're liable for us, all of that. There's like a chill room where they got like a bunch of video games, pool tables, board games, movie shows every once in a while, all that. So if you needed something to do, there's plenty to do. But I spent my time in the room watching Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the new episode. Then I listened to music. I prayed a little bit, you know. And that was about it, because when I came down for dinner, I was surprised at dinner. There was like there wasn't a lot of choices, but the choices were like high quality food. I think I had mashed potatoes and gravy with grilled chicken breast with steamed vegetables. And then, before that was a salad. I had water because I was nervous about anything going wrong the next morning. And then I had, for dessert, yes, dessert, they brought us triple chocolate cheesecake. I'm looking at this like, how are y'all going? Anyway, so I had some, and then me and my roommate went upstairs. My roommate went back downstairs. I watched the new episode, and I went to sleep like 9:30 because we had to be up. We had to be downstairs by 4:30, 4:45-ish. The bus was leaving at 5:20. So because I know me, like, I'll wake up, turn the alarm off, go back to sleep, and then be an hour behind. And I don't know if my roommate would have woke me up or whatever, but I'm feeling like, you know, you here, this is it. Independence is here. So just make sure you do what you got to do. So I stayed in the room. I ended up waking up like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was too afraid to go back to sleep. So I went in there, took a shower. I was taking my time. I practiced my duck walk. I was, you know, trying to make sure I was calm. And, yeah, so I didn't have any way of weighing myself. I did detox the night before. I drank some magnesium citrate, and to spare my roommate, that morning I ran down to the lobby. We were staying on the 4th floor. I ran down to the lobby to use the bathroom down there, and it wasn't that bad, like as I thought it was going to be. But yeah, the mess was taking forever to kick in. Anyway, so everybody was down for breakfast. I saw some people drinking orange juice. They told us not to drink orange juice because your sugar might come up too high. And all I had was eggs and I think 1 or 2 pieces of sausage, and I was just chugging water. So we get on the bus. The bus takes, it was a nice charter bus. They take us to the MEPS station. We have to line up. You get your bags. You line up outside. And, the security guy, there's like a security guy for the like kind of like airport security. Sorry, somebody just walked out of my house just now. There's like airport security almost, but the guy is like yelling the whole time. He was kind of trying to be funny. He's like, "Good morning," and everybody's like, "I said good morning," and everybody's like, "Good morning." So he was funny. He kind of kept the mood light. So we all line up. It was maybe about 30 of us, 25, 30 of us. So we line up, and then we go inside, then we form another line, and that line was to go through the security. So he's briefing us, telling us, don't bring this in, take off your belts. If you have any weapons, give them to me now. I'm giving you a chance, blah, blah, blah. It was still people not listening. You know, it's like 5:30 in the morning, and people, I guess maybe they weren't registering that I just said this 3 times, so you might want to do it anyway. Went inside. The first thing we did was you had to go to your branch, I think. I'm trying to remember. That was a really long day. Oh, yeah. You go to your branch and you give them whatever your recruiter gave you, which is your folder that has all your information, your medical records, your everything. You give them that. They give you a sticker to wear that has your name, your branch, your social, or your last 4, something like that. You cannot take that off the whole day. You have to wear it. It has to be visible. That's like your pass to be in the building. Then you walk into medical and you go in this room. You line up. It's a lot of lines all day. So you line up and then they were checking your medical stuff. Then we sit down, then we watch the PowerPoint about what was going to happen that day. You're going to go through medical. Medical's going to take X amount of hours. You're going to do your job interview. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. Okay, well, there was bad weather in Oklahoma, so the whole system has shut down. So the job interview thing, I have to do that today with my recruiter. We didn't get to do that. But the day was just so long. They take your blood. They do a vision test. They do a hearing test. They do a urine test. Girls, they check and see if you're pregnant. Okay, let me talk about that. So the first thing, okay, we sat in that room. We watched the PowerPoint. We had to fill out this little Scantron thing. I really felt like we were about to take the SATs. And then they take you to this like little waiting area. And everybody's sitting there waiting. Then they ask, does anybody have to use the restroom? If you have to use the restroom, then that's the time to do your urine test, because there's like a checklist on the outside of your folder and you have to do all the tests. And the urine tests, I mean, you don't have to do them in a certain order. So whenever you're ready to pee, you just be like, okay, I'm ready to do my urine test. So they just took all the girls. I mean, I don't think I had to pee. I don't know. I kind of felt like I could pee on command, like pee. Okay, I'll pee. Anyway, so you go in this room. There's like 2 stalls, and then there's a window where all the doctors are, and then the nurse takes you in there. The stalls, you have to leave the stall open. You basically stand over the toilet, pee in this little bottle thing, and it has to be up to a certain line. Then you flush the toilet. There was 3 of us girls, so the 2 went first, and I had to face the door while they went. And then I went. They had to face the door. You bring your jar of pee up to the window, sit it on a paper towel. Watch the doctor use a little, what's the thing called? You know, like the little thing that you use to suck the snot out of a baby's nose. That little thing. They do that, drop it onto a pregnancy test, watch you, see that it says negative or whatever. Then they write down all the stuff. Then you have to pick up a pen and sign everything, like with your hands, with urine all on your hands. Initial here, sign here, whatever. Then you have to dump whatever pee they didn't use out in the toilet and then wash your hands. Okay, then that was done. Then I did blood. I don't know if it was because I didn't have enough water or whatever, but he stuck that needle in there. It was moving it all around. No blood was coming out. I was like, I mean, I'm alive. I know that I'm breathing. I don't know why. He was just like, what's wrong with you? Like, basically everybody was cracking jokes the whole day, so it wasn't as tense of a situation. Some of those guys were a little too loose for me. Like, the guys that were with us, they were all cussing and just like leaning back in their chairs and all loud laughing. Like, I thought that we had to be a little professional. Like, I'm in there just quiet, just sitting. No, a couple of them, you would have thought we was at a football game, like on the way to a football game or something. Or they was getting physicals to try out for the football team. Anyway, so the blood thing took a while to get. He poked me quite a bit. Then the hearing test, you go in this little sound booth, kind of like a studio, but like if it was like a studio with 6 stalls in it or something. You put these headphones on, you face the wall, and you have this little clicker thing, and you click it every time you hear a beep in whatever ear. Even if you hear it faintly or whatever, you just click it. So he said you have perfect hearing. I was like, oh, okay, good. The vision test, there's something called depth perception. That mess threw me off. It's like 5 circles in a row. Which circle sticks out the most? You have to say the number or something. And for a while, I was getting them right. I was just like, 4, 3, 5. He was like, yeah. And I didn't know how I was getting them right, because after he started saying I was getting them wrong, I was like, well, I really don't know what I'm looking at then. So that's not a requirement unless your job requires some depth perception. Then you're pretty much screwed if you don't get that one. I got to do the vision test with my glasses on, so it's not like they were just like, no, we want to see. No, it wasn't that bad. What else? Oh, there was a doctor interview. You go in there with the doctor. He checked the arches in my feet. Like, he made me put my feet up. He checked... Oh, they kept asking about drug and alcohol abuse, like, the whole day. Over and over and over. Have you ever abused alcohol? Have you ever abused drugs? And I was just like, no, I've never done that. Why do y'all keep asking? But yeah, you have to keep answering that. You have to keep signing that. I swear I've never seen my own initials so much. Ever been arrested? All of that. What else did the doctor interview? Oh, he asked when your last period was. How long were you on it? Was it irregular? So I think that was it with the doctor interview. Now, the part that everybody like freaks out about, when you have to be in your underwear in front of all other girls or whatever, there was only 2 girls with me. One girl, her recruiter forgot to sign a paper, so she couldn't be in the process at all. Basically wasted her time even coming, and she had to sit in the waiting room the whole day while we were there. So I kind of felt sorry for her. And then the other girl, who was my roommate, she only had to get her tattoo waived, so she was cool. But those 2 girls, one of them rode with me up to OKC, and then the other one, I had seen her at the hotel. So I wasn't really uncomfortable like that. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, so we had to strip down to our panties and bra, and I wore a sports bra, and I bought some little shorts to wear, like little boy shorts, but the nurse was like, oh, I can see cheekage between you and this other girl. So she gave us like these little like linen shorts kind of. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, I guess. I mean, I didn't see no cheekage, but I'm black, so it's inevitable. Like, you're going to see a little bit. I got booty. Okay. Anyway, so the doctor comes in, and then the nurse is in there, and we had to do like all these certain exercises, and everything's on the wall. Like, everything that we're going to do is written on the wall. And so it wasn't no surprise. And I had YouTubed all the stuff, so I pretty much knew everything we were going to do, except we had to power walk across the room. I didn't know about that. Okay, so we had to do like this, right? Like this. We had to do where you stretch your hands up in the air like this as far as you can. Make the back of your hands touch each other. So this is both hands. I'm holding the tablet, so I can't really show you, but you had to touch both your hands over your head and then bring them down as fast as you can without slapping your sides. Then you had to do fast circles, like with your arms all the way out, and fast circles like all the way back, as fast as you can. What else with your arms? Oh, you had to bend down and touch your touch your toes as far as you can and stay down there while the doctor checked your spine. Like, it wasn't individual. Like, we all did it together. All that stuff so far, we all did it together. Then we had to walk across the room, or maybe like 5 steps up, 5 steps back on your tippy toes. Up, come back as a group. Then on your heels, up, come back as a group. Then, power walk. This is like maybe 20 steps. Power walk to the doctor, power walk, come back. That was 1 by 1. I was having fun. Like, I was in there, I hit my model walk. They was like, oh, she was ready. So it was kind of a light mood. And while we were waiting on the doctor, I was in there. I was like, y'all better twerk. You know, trying to lighten up the mood. But I was still nervous because, I mean, this was almost like around 10:30. So we had been there a couple hours. So my nervousness kind of went away. Oh, I forgot to tell you. She weighed me and I was 173. 172.6. So I was like, oh, thank God I was worrying for nothing. But anyway, she weighed me, and I was still 5'8". I thought I was going to get there, and she was going to say I was 5'9". But it must just be that all the shoes I wear have an extra inch on it or something. I know I wear heels a lot, but as far as tennis shoes, everything else, maybe that's what it is. But yeah, I thought for sure she was going to be like, oh, you're 5'9". Anyway, so then it was time for the infamous duck walk. So the girls were asking me before, what's the duck walk, when they were reading the wall. And I kept thinking, y'all wasn't on YouTube? Like, I was stressing about this duck walk. So I showed them, and I actually did the duck walk just fine. It was the next thing that threw me off. You had to, we did the duck walk. You had to walk up together as a group, walk back, stay squatted. Like, don't get up, stay squatted. Then you had to... there was this thing where you had to squat like all the way down, like 5 times. Keep doing it, and everybody's knees kept cracking, and the doctor was just laughing. Then, I want to say, then you drop on your knees one at a time. They want to see both your knees hit the floor at the same time. Then everybody as a group walks up 5 steps on your knees. Then this last thing, this is the thing that I messed up on like twice, and I was gonna cry. I thought it was over. I thought it was done, but he let me do it maybe 3 times, and that 3rd time I finally got it. You're on your knees, right? I wish I could show y'all, but I can't. You're on your knees, and your toes are tucked under. Okay, so you're on your knees like you're gonna pray. You're up in that position. Your toes are tucked under like you're about to get up. You put your butt on your heels. Okay, you have to put your butt on your heels, put your hands up in the air, and come up without falling back. Alright, so I hope I explained that the best way possible. But anyway, it took me like 3 times. I kept falling back. I think I was just afraid because what they were saying made sense, but when I tried to register it in my mind, because I hadn't practiced it, I wanted to do it so perfect, and I was just like, ugh. So I think I was kind of scared, like, I don't, like, basically putting all your weight on your toes. Anyway, so I did that, and then he checked off everything. Then it was time for your one-on-one with the doctor. Like, you know, for girls, I think it's pretty much only for girls, because for the guys, they did this in their interview, but the girls had to go in there. It's kind of like a well women's exam. He checks your breast for lumps, asks you if you ever had any issues with that. Then he like puts the stethoscope on your back, asks you to breathe in, breathe out. Then you lay back. They check your stomach, like touch it and all that, asks you to breathe in, breathe out. Then that part where they check your lady parts down there. That was, I'm telling you, it was like 1 second. You put your feet up, and then he basically just looks, and that's it. So, then you leave, then you get dressed, you go out, then you give your folder to the counter people, then you go eat lunch. Lunch was okay. It was like a little sub, but anyway, everything was provided. Unless you was super hungry, super fat or something. That's the only way you had to spend money. But everything was provided. Then, after that, you're basically waiting to find out if you were qualified. So, I waited 15 minutes, went back, got my folder, looked on there. He was like, alright, you're good to go. I'm like, okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? Does that mean I'm good, like I'm qualified, or is that like I'm good, like all the paperwork's done, I still gotta find out? I look on there, it says qualified. I wanted to, y'all don't even know, like I just wanted to scream and shout and thank God, but the level of seriousness in there, I was just like, okay, cool. He was like, take this to your office person. Took it to my liaison. That's what they're called, liaisons. Took it to my liaison. And then he asked me to, there's this weight machine thing that you can see. They want to see how much you can lift. I don't even know how much I lifted, but I did it. Like, he kept moving the weight up like maybe 3 or 4 times, so I was kind of proud of myself. So I did that, and then I had more papers to sign. he asked me, I kept asking if I could get my phone so I could tell my parents, because you don't exactly know when you're going to swear in until you finish. So you kind of you ask your family to be in the area for like from 10 to about 4, which is pretty ridiculous. So, because that's a long time to just be waiting around. Anyway, it's just so happened that my grandparents had came in the night before, because my sister graduated from college on Friday, so they were here too. My family came, they sat with me, so I was finally sworn in. I was really just waiting on my mom at that point, because she was coming from work. So when I swore in, it was kind of surreal. Like, my mom took pictures. You couldn't record or take pictures during the swearing in ceremony. And I only swore into the DEP program. We got this little book, Delayed Entry Program Development Guide, okay? It's called the DEP program, and that means basically that they're promising you a job, and we're just waiting to find out. We're waiting to interview about jobs, and we're waiting to get our ship date, but we're in. So, yeah, I had to do parade rest, and I had to go at attention, and you have to state your name when you're doing like all the swearing in, and they give you a choice if you want to say I swear or affirm, and you can say so help me God, or you cannot say it at all. But I just went ahead and said it. My papa was in the Air Force, so I wanted to say it exactly the way he had said it, and exactly the way my parents had said it when they swore in, and everyone else. I didn't want to be like this whole new, I'm sure that's politically correct, the way that they changed it. Anyway, so the whole experience was, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was a long day, but I didn't realize how long it was till I got through it. There was a time when I was nodding off, and I was having a dream, like a great dream. I don't even know what it was about. I think I was like in a step competition with my students, or it was something crazy, like, and I was like smiling. I was smiling, and one of the doctors walked by, and he was military, the one who took my blood. He was in the Navy. He walked by, he was like, Lang, get up. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. And he was like, yeah, he was smiling, and he was just kind of cool with it. But I know if that would have happened like in basic or in tech school, I would have been chewed out. So, yeah, I was dozing off. So I'm not going to say that I was just alert the whole day. But if you don't have nothing to worry about, like as far as your weight, you should probably drink some coffee. But since I was worried about that, I didn't have any coffee. So if y'all have any questions, leave them in the comment box below. And I'll try to keep y'all up to speed on everything else. I see the recruiter in about 30 minutes, hopefully, if he's there. And then I gotta go to work. But yeah, MEPS wasn't that bad. You do need 2 days because you go up there. What else? I would say remain professional. Even though I'm saying it's not that bad, I didn't want to go in there like being lax. Oh, what you wear? I wore jeans and a t-shirt, but the t-shirt can't have anything on it, so I actually had to go to Walmart and buy a solid t-shirt because I didn't have any. All my shirts are cut up. You can't wear anything cut up. You can't wear any holes in your jeans. You don't wear flip-flops. You can't wear, they don't want you guys to have toenail polish. All of us had toenail polish, but I guess she was saying we need to go back and tell our recruiters that no toenail polish. And no body piercings. I took my belly button ring out. Now it's closed because I hadn't even had it in for a year, and now it's already. I took it out for like, was it 8 hours? I guess it was about 10 hours. No, 2 plus 10, 12. Nah, it had to be maybe close to 18. It was the whole day. I had it out since 2 in the morning, and then when I got back here around 8, I was trying to put it back in. It was not going in. So that mess is closed. And my recruiter was saying no new news. So if you didn't tell your recruiter any of the stuff, don't get up there and change what you're going to say, because that's how people get disqualified. Like, tell your recruiter everything. Everything. Because if you get up there and you say something new, that's when you're going to be penalized. And that's how you get disqualified. Because it's like, why didn't you say anything before when your recruiter could have helped you? One thing my recruiter said was, these doctors are not your family doctors. They're not your friends. So don't get in there talking about, yeah, sometimes, I feel sad, but it's nothing big. Okay, well, they're going to translate that as you are depressed and you don't deserve or need to be in the military. Like, just remain professional. That's all I can say. Anyway, I'm out. Camera music. Like the video. Share the video. Have any questions, comments, leave them in the comment bar below. And I'm going in the house. Bye, y'all.